So we're getting quite a few people join up every day now. So what I want to be doing is I am actually going to record this call and I will send it to new people. I'm just going to be going through the basics, how to take the signals. So what I'm going to be covering is basics on taking signals, what signals look like, stop losses, TP1s, how to enter the trade, like market execution, pending orders, what to do if you miss a trade, how to set up the stop loss and take profit on MT4 and 5, when to close trades early, risk management and lot sizing, why we always, 1 second, sorry, why we always use 1 to 2% if you're new, risk per trade. Examples on lot sizes, importance of not over leveraging, using the copier versus using the manual. So we'll talk a little bit about the auto copier, when the copier might be a better option for newcomers. And we're going to talk a little bit about trading mindset. God, I can't get my words out. Being patient, focusing long-term growth. Don't panic when trades go into drawdown, and practical tips and Blakey's tips. So I'm going to concentrate on them tonight. So I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to join if they are, and then we'll be on.
Yo! Okay, you should actually try and open. I'm excited.
Right, so I'm going to get started because it's on record anyway. There's going to be people just keep admitting that I've got to admit into the group. So I'm just going to start by welcoming any new people in here. I know there's a few. We've had like 20 or 30 new people in the last week. Obviously down to how the group's being run now, how things are going. Everybody seems to be doing well, and it all does help with the people in the premium. Mark, you absolute tool. So yeah, I'm going to just run through brief bits because this is why I think that our group is working well now, because obviously the premium chat group, everybody helps. Stop putting me off, you. Everybody helps each other. And so yeah, I'm going to basically go through what a signal looks like. So we send our signals now saying buy gold now or sell gold now. So a couple of people today, if you're not on mute, guys, put yourself on mute because it just spoils the call a little bit. So yeah, a few people said to me, I'm waiting for the entry point, and I'm not quite at the entry point yet. So a key thing that we've changed now is that if we say buy gold now, just do exactly what it says, buy gold now, because we know where the market is. So once we've sent buy gold now, for example, we know where it was at that point, but we've got to write the whole messages out. So we just know where the market was when we said buy gold now, and we put that price. There is another way that you can do this, which I know some people do. They wait for a better entry, and I've told you about this before. So if we say buy gold now at 3350, most people are noticing that it does sometimes pull back, more often than not pull back. So it might say, if we say buy gold at 3350, it might pull back to 3347. And therefore, you're getting a better entry. So your stop loss is then not as far. So let's say it was a 70 pip stop loss, but it goes to 3347. It's come down 30 pips, meaning that you're only 40 pips away from your stop loss. And also meaning that you are now 60 pips away from TP1. So some people do that. I will do another call about that in more time, but I'm going to focus on the basics because some people are coming back to basics and there is new people on here. So a trade will come in, buy gold now or sell gold now. That is your action to buy or sell gold. We then will give you TPs. Okay, that TP stands for take profit, and we'll also give an SL, which stands for stop loss. Okay, my advice is to make it simpler for you and your own mindset. Just set them and just leave them, because you'll forever be doing your head in. When it goes into drawdown, panicking, our results speak for themselves. Okay. Many people will be booting themselves in the head And I know it because I've seen screenshots from people. And today, yeah, they send me screenshots to 250 quid up or around that figure. And I have to point out, let your trades run. I can see that you've closed so many trades at like 8 and 9 quid profit when we've hit a lot of, well, we haven't lost today. We haven't lost one trade, meaning we haven't hit one stop loss. So just try and maximize your trade. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's just me trying to help you get more out of what you're doing. But end of the day, profit's profit. I always say nobody ever went broke taking profit. But when we do have a bad day, which I always tell people, we will have bad days. Do not think you're going to come into trading and you might have been here for the last 4 weeks where we've hit probably not very many stop losses. We are going to have bad days. Get that into your head. So on a bad day, when you're taking things too early, and we hit 2 stop losses, it's going to be a bad day for you. So make sure, if you're new, my advice would be concentrate on TP1 because there is money in TP1. I've been doing this a long time and I know what works. There is money in TP1, but there's also a lot more money in TP2 and 3. But if you're new to it, just concentrate on putting your trade on at the right place and taking TP1 and putting your stop loss. Some people might say to me, but then if I don't let it go to TP2 and 3, when we hit stop losses, I'm going to be down. Well, no, because if you look at our results over the past 6 months, we haven't really dropped below 75, 80%. We are averaging at the minute 85 to 92%. Last week, 85, week before 92, week before that 90, week before that 91. Like we're averaging. So that should tell you that we know what we're doing. And it's not that hard to make a trade hit TP1. It's only 30 pips. You've all, if you're new to this or not, you've all seen how gold moves. Gold moves like 1-0. It's not hard. As long as we are in the right direction, which we normally are, you all know that. Yeah, we might pull back a little bit. Sometimes it might even go near stop loss. But those stop losses and TPs are not just guesswork. That is the trader that we have, not me. I'm not a professional trader. We pay very good money for a professional trader. He studies the markets, and that's why he waits for the right time, because he waits for it to get to the right time where we can enter. And he says, well, if it hits this point here at stop loss, the trade's invalid, which is why we always say the trade is valid until the stop loss. If it hits stop loss, that trade's no longer valid because it's gone into a zone where it might want to go the other way. So just so you know that. I have got a list here, so I'm going to be reverting back to this. How to enter the market. Okay, some people messaged me today. They didn't even know how to buy and sell. Okay, you'll have a drop-down box at the top of your MT405 that says market execution, buy limit, and sell limit. And there might be another one, but they're the ones that we use. So market execution is if you press buy or sell, you will buy at the market price, which is mainly what we do. Some people, again, new people, I'm only telling you about this. Don't go experimenting this until you're experienced. Buy limit and sell limit means that you can put it, if you click on buy limit, then you next go into where you put your trade, you can set a buy limit. So if the gold is at 3350 and you're waiting for a zone, you can set a buy limit at 3340. So when the market comes down there and clicks in at 340, your trade kicks in. And you can also set your stop loss and your TP. I'm just letting you know what that is for now. I will do a full training call on these things because I use that myself. Obviously, I'm a bit more experienced. A few people in here will do that as well. But for now, I'm just telling you so you know what it is. So when you're new people you're trading, just use market execution. What to do if you miss a trade. So I have so many messages coming into support. And for the last week and a bit, support has been ran by me because the person who I've employed to run support is in Florida. I don't envy a job that I've given because, the amount of messages, I must get 20 or 30 messages a day saying, can I still enter the trade? I've missed it. What can I do? Very simple. If you've missed the trade and if you want to play it safe, leave it. Wait for the next one. We send 5 to 10 signals a day. If you're a little bit more experienced and that trade has not hit TP1 and it's not hit stop loss, then the trade's still valid. And if you're looking and the trade has pulled back a little bit, you're only getting a better entry. I'd love to do that. I'd love to think, the trade was at buy at 3350. It's now at 3347. Perfect. I've got a lower stop loss and I've got a better TP1. So hopefully that answers. no more hopeful message. I don't mind answering them, but it just gets a bit repetitive. Can I still enter the trade? Yes. If it's not at the TP1 or it's not at the stop loss, the trade is valid. If it's already hit TP1, I'd probably stay away from it because it's moved in the direction that we want. And then it's, just some people still enter. If it comes back, that's on you. Risk management and lot size. So if you're new to here, you should either take note of this or just remember it because this is the most important thing. I would advise people that is new to be using risk of 1 to 2%. And I know people use more. I use more. But when you're new, just use 1%. I mean, I'd even advise if you're new, start on 0.01, which you're not going to win a lot, but you're not going to lose a lot. Okay. So, example, if you're on £1,000 account, use a lot size of 0.05. Okay. And if you're on a £5,000 account, use a lot size of 0.30 to 0.50. That's around where you want to be using. But again, if you're new, just use 0.01. And if you can see that you're getting the entries right and you feel comfortable with it, then increase it within time. But I know what I was like when I started. I used bigger lots and I just lost everything. So why not just use 0.01 if you think, well, I've got the hang of this. I've got TP1 now. I keep getting blues. If I hit a stop loss, I'm hitting a stop loss. And if I hit a take profit, I'm hitting the take profit. So again, I will do a full call. What I'm going to do, I've opened up a YouTube channel now and I'm going to be doing sections. So probably like a more 15, 20-minute call on each section. But I'm just running over this because we are getting a hell of a lot of new people. So I want them to understand it. Also, if you've got any questions what I'm talking about, pop them in the chat box and I'll run through it a little bit more. So using the copier versus using the manual. A lot of people, again, asking me, what's the difference between the auto? What's the manual? What I do want to point out is they are two total different things. I'm just going to mute you, Tom. Yeah, so I'm going to just point out they are off the signals, but they are managed a totally different way. Okay, so we don't want to get messages going, oh, we're at TP3 on the signals chat in the VIP. Why are we not in it? Uncopy. That's all I'll say to you. If you're not happy, uncopy, because this auto copier is designed really for people with bigger amounts that can just forget about it, because people that go on the auto should be people that haven't got time to do the signals. Because if you've got time to stare at that signals chat all day and correct me for not collecting TP2, then I'll just say, why don't you just do the signals? So the auto copy will work as follows. We will put one trade on per entry, per signal, sorry. We will put one trade on and that trade will either hit stop loss or TP1. That is it. But trust me, there is money in that. So I've got somebody, I'm not going to say who, I've got somebody that's got £25,000 in the auto copier and they've earned just over 1,200 quid today using that method. So I don't think that we're not doing it for any other reason. It's very simple. We just want to make that work, and it's for more people. With obviously the minimum amount on the auto is £1,000. What we say, because we're going to advise that you use bigger lot sizes. As you can imagine, if you're only putting one entry on, you can use bigger lot sizes. Okay, but it is for people that don't want to trade or they haven't got time to trade. I'm getting a few bigger clients on there because they're happy. They're not even looking at the chat. They're not going to be moaning that it's not. Oh, it's gone to TP2. It's just done. It reads the signals put in the group, but it just puts one entry on and collects TP1. But as I said, if you've got money in their account, and as you all know, if you've been here a while, I know Mickey, and I'm just looking at a few, Carlo, like a few others, been here a while, you know that we hit a hell of a lot more TP1s than we do stop losses. Even on a bad week, we only hit probably 4 stop losses and we probably hit 27 TP1s. So you only have to do the maths. Okay. So that is another way. What I have got is some people that are doing in fact, I had somebody today, they've put 8 grand on the auto and they've put 2 grand on the on the auto and 2 grand in manual because they're going to leave the auto because they know it just does its thing. And, yeah, and they want to do it. So it's up to you. You don't have to use them numbers. And I know it's some people haven't got that sort of money. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you examples. I've got people with £1,000 on the auto and they're just going to leave it. But if you do the numbers over time, we have a good win rate. Yeah, we might even have a bad week, but then we don't have bad week every week. So that is the auto. Trading mindset. Okay, I've ran over this with a lot of people, so if you aren't new to the group, you'll know. You've Trading mindset is 80% of this game. Okay, and I'd say the other 20% is the signals. But our signal, you won't be a very good group if you didn't have good signals. Like, yeah, we have bad. There's people that's been here for 2, 3 years. Okay, there's people in this group now that have been with me from the start and they've seen it all, so they know that yeah, you might have bad weeks, but we have a bad week, and some people are blowing their account. If you're having a say, if we have a bad week, and I'm on about a bad week where we probably break even, because our results, you might think you've had a bad week and you've lost money, but that is down to you, because there is people in the group that when we have a bad week, they're either breaking even or still making money. And you can always just talk to me. Don't get frustrated, because if you're having a bad, if we have a, there's people when we have a good week, they lose. And that is a problem on you. But we're still here to help, but don't think. So say if we post in the group like we've just done now, okay? So we've just posted in the group about our results today. So I'm going to give you an example, because I want you to know when you see this, it should be relevant to you. So on the 25th, we've hit a TP2, a TP1, a TP2, a TP1, a TP1, a TP2, a TP2, a TP4, and a TP2. If you're not making money on days like today, then you're doing something wrong. So you probably need to reach out to support, send your history of your trades, not because I want to judge you, because I want to help you. Like, I want you to earn money. So you should probably send a screenshot in, or even if like you'll know if you've had if something's not gone right, just reach out to support. Either I'm on it or my other team are on it. They want to help you. We are on the same side. Like, we sometimes get messages, which they have stopped a lot, complaining about, oh, you've put that it was at 3350 and it wasn't, it was at 3350.4. Well, fucking hell, sorry. Like, but the market moves very quick. All right. So we're going to make mistakes. But as soon as you realize that we are on the same side as you, honestly, like I say, these guys that have been here a long time, they just stop. It's not moaning as such. It's like pointing things out that we don't really mean to do. We're not trying to nick anything off you. Okay. So just know that when you see the results, if you see something that's not quite right, we're not doing it on purpose. Like, you've seen how fast the markets move. So yeah, don't think we're ever against you. So that's just an example. If you see like we've had a really good day, like we could have hit a stop loss today, we could have hit 2 stop losses today, and you should have still been up. So keep that in mind. So yeah, be patient. Don't focus on every single every single trade that has to be a win. So I had a client that's a good friend of mine. He was sometimes like, oh, we need to win this trade, we need to win this trade. And I'm like, just calm down. Like, if we lose it, we lose it. We're going to lose trades. So I actually don't fear the stop losses. Well, I haven't done for a long time. Don't fear the stop losses. Thank the stop losses. You should be thankful for that stop loss, because if that stop loss wasn't in place, you could have lost a lot of money, because you've seen how fast. So imagine on Friday afternoon when the market shot up and it went, what, 400 pips. Imagine if we was in a sell and you didn't have a stop loss on. Your account would be blown. So what you've got to think is, I appreciate that stop loss. And I know it's a weird way because you've lost money, but just think, well, thank God I had the stop loss in place. On to the next trade. So when you get in your head, and this is what a lot of people are doing when they're closing trades too early. I did it. You'll all do it. You close trades because you're in fear that it's in blue and you don't want it to go back in red. But just look at the results. Every time you see TP2 hit, TP3 hit, TP4 hit, you're not going to be in them trades because you fear of losing what you've got. But you've got to just let them do the work. The trades will go on. They're either going to hit what you've hit. Obviously, some people are concentrating on TP1, 2. Some more experienced people will concentrate on whatever it goes to. If it goes to TP4, they want to have a little bit in that trade. You know, they might just put 3 entries on, so they're going to aim for TP1, 2, and 3. But let it do its work. And don't be pissed off if it does go to TP1 and your other 2 entries don't go to T. You've got to stick to what plan you do. Okay, so lose the emotion. And it's hard, but when you do that, you'll find trading a hell of a lot easier. If you are getting like, not emotional, but if you're getting a bit panicky, that's a one sign that you're risking too much. Okay, so when you start trading, I always say to people, they say, how much should I start with? I always say, that's not down to me. I don't know your financial situation, but I would always put into trading what you're willing to lose. That doesn't mean that we're a losing group. You've seen that. But I always say to people, I wouldn't be trading if you don't, if that's the only money you've got left, because you could make a mistake, you might do whatever. Like, you should be putting in there what you're willing to lose. Okay. Once you've seen it, like I say, I've got people with a £500 accounts and I've got people with over £100,000 in their account. But I guarantee that the people with that money in can afford to lose that. Okay. You're not going to see people selling their house and putting it all into the trading. So don't focus on long term, not on the short term, not on single trades. Take profits over the month. Listen, guys, I know we're doing well and everybody's profitable, everybody's winning. Well, the ones that aren't, they're learning, but just take your profits over the month. Okay. Don't be so clung on to each trade. Just let them do what they want. So don't panic when trades go into drawdown. I've always caught onto that, and people do panic and that is another reason why people close trades early. So if we're in a trade, the currency trades do it a lot. I don't know if you've noticed that. The currency trades spend quite a bit of time in drawdown. Drawdown means that you're in red. Okay, you're not in blue, you're in red. And if you notice, they'll stay in red for a little bit and then they fuck off and move. That's normal. So, but what some people do is because it's spent a lot of time in red, when it gets in blue, they want to get out of it. And that is not what you should do. Just let the trade do its work. I know I probably sound like a broken record, but I'm trying to give you examples of when you're probably closing trades too early. And then I want you to think, well, yeah, that's right, actually. It has spent a lot of time in red. And then I think, well, fucking hell, as soon as it gets in blue, I best get out of it. Well, no, the trade's doing its work. It's doing what we put a signal on for it to go there. So if it starts going there, don't fucking close it, because that's where we think it's going to go. Yeah. So, practical tips: setting up notifications on Telegram so you never miss a signal. This is another tip for the new guys, or even people that have been here a while that haven't done this, because even though it drives my missus mad, it works. So I go onto Telegram, and you can set in settings. You're basically going to you're going to change the ringtone of your group settings. So mine sounds like an alarm, like just goes beep, 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 and it bleeps, because I know when that goes off, there's a signal there. Okay, so I don't know if you're all probably busy or you're doing other things and you don't want to look at your phone all the time, but when you hear that sound, you fucking scramble across to the other side of the room to get your phone. So that's a tip that I always give people. And Mickey, I know you're laughing, but it fucking works. You know it does. So, right, that's one thing. Keeping MetaTrader ready for that's another good thing. So on your MetaTrader, make sure your lot size is set on there, because you might make mistakes by putting too much on or not enough on. Make sure before a trade comes in that your MetaTrader app, if you do your lot size and then come out of the app, when you next go into it, it will still be on that lot size. Okay, so that's for the new people. Make sure that you do that. Journaling your trades. Okay, so I've been doing it all today, because the reason I'm doing it is because I'm thinking about putting quite a bit of money in the auto. So I'm just tracking where it's going, what it's doing. So you can do that with your signals. You don't have to. So like today on the auto, I've just put TP1 when it was here. Who's that? Mark, just mute your phone. Yeah, so like today on the auto, I've just tracked what it was doing. I've tracked what it was doing if I had X amount. Stop messing me about, Mark. So yeah, you can track your trades. So if you think, right, I'm going to keep taking TP1, and you want to know how many trades go to TP2, or just wait for the end of the day and we'll give you the track down. But journaling, Harrison's on the call, Mickey's on the call. I can't see anyone else, but they track that. Max is on the call. I know they journal their trades because I've taught them to, and it literally changed the way they do things. Harrison, you'll see in the group. Max, you'll see in the group, and you'll see Mickey in the group. They help out in the group because they're experienced. They also take their own trades, but it all comes from putting the work in this. Like, I moved to Dubai with my family on a new thing. I knew I had to put the work into this, hence why I've got the group to where it is. You've got to put the work in. Don't just think, oh, I'm going to go in a signals group and I'm just going to take the signals. If you want to earn money out of this and you want to progress where you're earning, there's no reason why you can't. I've got people that are earning 2, 3, 4, 5 grand a day. There's no reason why you can't do that. Obviously, you've got to build your way up there, but you're not going to build your way up there just taking the little bits, because then when you have bad days, you're going to lose it all. So I don't want to blow your brains too much about it, but just take the steps that we're saying. TP1 first. When you've mastered that, introduce TP2, and then TP3. I have got a few questions, so now's the time. If you want to write a question in the chat box, I can answer it. Do you use bigger lot sizes for Forex? Again, Billy, I know you've been with a while, and I'm not trying to be a prick, but I have put a Forex calculator so many times into the premium chat, and I know there's a lot that goes off on the premium chat. The Forex calculator.
Pick up the Lego.
Give him his Lego back. So if you're in the premium chat and the VIP, I will post the Forex calculator. Okay. And that is very easy to use. You just log into it. If you're on, let's say we're trading GBP AUD. Okay. You just put in GBP AUD and you can set how much you're willing to lose in that trade. So let's say I want to put this trade on and I'm willing to lose £100. It will tell you what lot size to use. So I just use the same lot size for everything, if I'm honest. That's not me telling you what to do. My advice to you would be use the Forex calculator, but I honestly haven't got time to just log it. I want you guys to do it right. I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. But some trades you'll put, say, I always use this for example. This doesn't mean go and use this lot size. Let's just say you're using a one lot size. If you use a one lot size on gold and then you go and use it on some of the other Forex or currency pairs, you might either think that it doesn't earn as much. Well, then go and do the research on the Forex calculator. So I know there's people sat here, everyone that joins these calls, it's a good sign of the people that want to be here and want to learn. So my advice is go and use the Forex calculator. Can you mention a lot size calculator for the, I think I just covered that, between Forex pairs, gold and crypto? Again, go and use the Forex calculator. The gold, I used to have like a rule of thumb for gold, but I have lowered it a little bit, but for new people. So my rule of thumb for gold used to be for every £100 you have in your account, use 0.01. So if you're on a £1,000 account, use 0.1. But that is between your entries. So everybody trades differently. Okay. Personal, like some people put 3 trades on, and each of them trades is for TP1, 2, and 3. That is how some people do it. Some people just put, say, if they've got 10 grand in their account, they might put a one lot size on, okay, and then they will close, I don't know, partials at TP1 and you can close partials through the trade. And what I will do, let me just write that down. I have got a video on how to close partials. Okay, so some people don't know how to do that. You just basically press and hold the trade, close, but you don't close it yet. It takes you to another screen, and then you basically pick how much you want to close with that trade. I have done a video on it before, so I'll post that in there. That's what I do. But again, I am fucking balls deep every day, so I just want to just make it easy. People, if you want to aim for TP3, then you want to be doing multiple trades. When the first one hits, I would, again, this is for another call, but I don't put my stop loss to my entry when it's at TP1, because you've all been here a while. I think some of you, you've seen what it does. It just goes up TP1, then pings back down to break even, and then you've fucking lost those 2 trades. So sometimes you just got to let the trade play out. But again, that is up to you, right? We are sending you signals. You've seen the signals work. Just understand and respect that I can't tell everybody how to do it. I can show you the way to do it, but then it's down to you how to do it, because I have people that make a lot of money from TP1. Some people just take TP1 and 2. Some people hold the trade all the way to TP2 and then collect it. It is up to you. Once you've been here for 6 months, if you last 6 months and well, most people now are lasting a long time, because I'm taking it, not just me, but our team is taking the time out to do these calls. Most other groups out there, and this is gospel truth, and I don't just say that because I've got a group, they don't give a fuck about you. They tell you to do big lot sizes, they did me when I started. They don't do Zoom calls. They blame it all on you. They say it's your mindset. Like, the signals aren't great. They're telling you to, they're out that trade at break even when it's not at break even. They're full of shit. This is why I created Blakey Trades, because I was sick of these groups full of shit. If we have a bad day, we own it. And you've seen that. The other day we had a bad day, we just came and went, that's on us. We have had a shit day. It was horrible, but we followed it up with a brilliant day. I'm not trying to say that we're not going to have bad days and stuff, but those groups really got to me because they don't give a shit about you. Most people in this community that I've got of over 150 people now either know me or somebody that I know. So I care. I care about people earning. I'm not just going to, like, I be telling you to use a 0.01 lot size when you start if I was all about the money. I earn money from you trading, but I teach you all the right way to do it. That's the be all and end all. I don't want you to blow your account. I want you to be here as long as you can, earn as lot of money. And hopefully you can see that our results speak for themselves. If you don't, then you'll probably decide against it. Also, if you are, I'm going to finish on this. If you are struggling with it, please just talk. Because I've had people before blow their accounts and they don't say anything. I've blown accounts and it fucking hurts. And unfortunately, the only way you're going to learn is to lose. And that is if you're one of those people that I mean. And somebody told me that, and I've told many people and they nod their heads when I say it. Unfortunately, same in anything in life, the only way you lose is learn. The only way you learn is to lose. Same as in anything in fighting, anything you can think of. In a job, if you're in a job, you have to fuck up before you learn. So many of you might have already done it. I hope it's not a big one when you do it, but you will do it. Trust me. I know you'll do it. It's just inevitable. But some people don't over risk, but the ones that do over risk, it'll bite you in the ass. Trust me, I've been there and I've done it. So I'm going to wrap that off. No one else. Oh, wait there one sec. I've got someone said I look beautiful. Thank you. I hope it's a girl. I still use TP1 and I've been here ages and I make good profits. Yeah, that's right. People do that. People that are doing that are using bigger lot sizes. Again, that's not down to me telling you to do that. But say you do a 0.01, you can do it on a 0.01. Of course you can, as long as you do it. So if you do it on a 0.01, if it hits TP1, it's around £3. If it hits a stop loss, it's around £7. But let's just say over the week, we hit 27 TP1s and 3 stop losses. Do the maths. So there's money in TP1. But people get good at it and then they think, well, I'm missing out here because I could be getting TP2, TP3 and beyond. Once it's hit TP1, the trade is a winning trade. So we will not be updating it if it is stop loss. So that's another thing. People always say, like, I've had people before, it's hit TP1, it's gone, they've stayed in the trade, it's gone back down to its stop loss. And they're like, how come we've not said stop loss? I said, because it's hit TP1, it's a winning trade. That is then on you to manage your trade. How can it be a winning trade and a losing trade? So just remember that, because I don't want any of the new people. There's quite a few new people on here. Just make sure once it's gone to TP1, that is on you, because that is a chance where you can take money. Okay. So make sure you're always taking money. Remember the saying, nobody went broke, chase it. Nobody went broke taking profits. Another saying that I will finish on now, because I've got 2 minutes left on the call, is for all the newbies again, never jump on a moving train. Okay. So a lot of people did this, and one of my friends that I wasn't happy with, on Friday, when it went all the way up, it shot up. Yes, it shot all the way up, and you try and jump in on it because you think, oh, fucking hell, it's going up, it's going to go up, or it might even come down. It's really high now. It's got to come down. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. So the best thing to do, especially around news, because gold does what the fuck it wants around news, stay out. Unless you're in. Like on Friday, we was in the trade already, and we just fucking smashed like a lot of pips. But if you're not in the trade, don't try and jump in the trade. And that's where the saying comes from. Don't jump on a moving train, because you will get bit. And it'll cost you money. So I have covered what I wanted to cover for the newbies. I am going to be posting this on my YouTube channel from now on, and I'm going to be doing a new topic every 2 or 3 days on trading. I layer in entry zones, Bitcoin. So I'm going to be covering on Bitcoin. I'm going to be doing some like blogs on Bitcoin, because that is going to go. I do believe Bitcoin will be at 170 before the end of the year, but it could be before. So I'm going to do a few blogs on that. I appreciate everyone for joining. I hope you're enjoying the group. And if you've got any questions, message me on support. Thank you.